So I ended up going into the band and playing saxophone. So when band camp started, I was actually a saxophone player. Um, well, that didn't last all but maybe 2, 3 days because
Right.
I was horrible. So the band director pulled me aside and said, you seem to have a lot of kids and you seem to have a lot of friends in the color guard. So why don't you try going in that direction instead of, playing in the band? I mean, at the parent performance for band camp, I was actually asked not to play. Like I just had to hold my instrument because any wrong note was most likely coming out of my horn.
Right.
So at band camp, while I was practicing my music, they had DCI playing from the following year. So this was in 1982. So they were playing the 1981 DCI World Championships. And of course, I was, looking at my music and I wasn't really watching the TV. I was more into my horn. And the first song that I learned how to play on the piano was Ice Castles. And Ice Castles started to play on the TV. And I looked up and it was the Madison Scouts. And I was like, from that moment on, glued to the TV because, the whole hat bow. And it was my first time seeing a professional color guard. And I was like, oh my God, like, who are this? What is this happening? What is this thing on the TV? So literally, the freshman kid, I stood up after it was over and I went, oh my God, I'm going to perform there. And the band director, mind you, this was after our conversation of me joining the color guard, but I was still insistent on playing the horn, hit pause and said to me in front of the whole entire band, you don't understand. Like these kids, those members are professionals. You could never be in an organization like that. Right. And that resonated with me and it stuck with me all those years. So when I auditioned for Scouts in 1988 and I made it, I hunted him down and found him at a local high school in Southern California. Me and my DCI ring went bouncing right over to him in the middle of the day and had that conversation. Remember back in 1982 when you told me I couldn't march the Madison Scouts?
Right.
Yeah. So that was my getting back at him.